A film's plot is typically what makes or breaks it, and audiences need to be entertained or captivated by the basic story if it's going to find success. But sometimes there's more going on than what's at face value. Directors have long incorporated subtext into their narratives to give movies an extra layer of meaning.
I know that sounds like a cat poster.
Make sure you rate your own favorite entries in the comments below and tell us if we missed any. Here are Screen Rant's 10 secret meanings of popular films. The Dark Knight. When faced by the Joker's relentless attacks on Gotham, Bruce Wayne sees what he must become to stop villains like him, and he pulls out all the stops. The film's climax is fueled by Batman's ability to monitor every cell phone in the city so he can track the Joker's location. Some audience members may have been thinking about the Patriot Act, which allows the US government to search a person's home and records without consent to combat terrorism. Some viewers have compared the film to George W. Bush's War on Terror, as the former US president took morally ambiguous means of his own to fight the nation's greatest threats. Toy Story 3. Pixar's emotional conclusion to their flagship franchise could be more than a tale about growing up. Some see it as an allegory for the Holocaust, with the toys representing the Jewish people left behind at the start of World War II. They go to the concentration camp of Sunnyside Daycare and even end up on a path to an incinerator due to the abuse of Sunnyside's overlords. They're eventually saved and find safe haven in a new place where many of their kind already live, Bonnie's house. It's a tad dark for a family film, but the parallels certainly are there. X-Men. The X-Men films have always dealt with rights issues, but here's one you may have not considered. As mutant kind fights for their acceptance in society, it's easy to see how it relates to the gay rights movement. This point is put up front and center in X2 when Bobby Drake essentially comes out of the closet and confesses his true nature to his family, who immediately reject him.
When did you first know you were a...
The angle arguably strengthens the series, since it grounds the characters in a contemporary real-world struggle and makes them relatable to audience members. It's inspiring to see people who are mutant and proud. The Lego Movie. The Lego Movie was mocked upon its announcement, but it turned heads when it was released and became one of 2014's best. Many made note of the film's deeper themes, which poke fun at the idea of commercialism versus individualism. Instead of being another faceless, regular construction worker who follows the instructions of his daily routine, Emmett has to save the world by thinking for himself and forming his own ideas of what's awesome. His actions end up inspiring everyone around him, even the villain President Business. It's a great message for youngsters in the audience and gives adults substantial food for thought as well. E.T. the Extra-Terrestrial. Spielberg showed with the Indiana Jones franchise that he's not afraid to tackle religious elements, and E.T. seems to feature those head-on. The Jewish director joked that it's not a Christian parable, but there are a lot of parallels between E.T. and Jesus. E.T. is crucified by scientists who don't understand him, and is resurrected by Elliot's love. Universal even made a poster that was reminiscent of the creation of Adam painting to make the film appeal to Christian audiences. Spielberg can claim that he never intended the film to be viewed this way, but he provided more than enough triggers. The Matrix. The Matrix films are no stranger to philosophy, and the influence could extend to Plato's cave. That idea explores the notion of prisoners in a cave whose only knowledge of the outside world comes from shadows they see on the walls. When they break free from their bonds, they learn that what they perceive to be reality is merely an illusion, and there's a whole new world to explore. One look at Neo's character arc and it's easy to see how this comparison can be made. Once the hero is unplugged, he learns the truth about society and the elaborate hoax the machines have played on us. Groundhog Day. When weatherman Phil Connors is stuck in an endless time loop during Groundhog Day in Puxatawny, his only way out is to change his ways and become a more selfless individual. Some have said that the film is an allegory for the religious path to enlightenment and learning to appreciate the things around you. In this interpretation, the time loop represents a state of purgatory, where one can escape only when they've proven their worth to a higher power. Since we never learn the origin of the time loop, this theory is as good as any for how Phil got this way. Aliens. The tagline for James Cameron's beloved sequel was "This time it's war," and the director may have meant more than humans against xenomorphs. Many people, including Cameron, claim that aliens can operate as an allegory for the Vietnam War. Featuring a technologically advanced military force that underestimates the capabilities of the indigenous species on a mission with questionable motives, it's easy to see how one can draw that comparison. The Space Marines in the film even have a gung-ho attitude that's similar to conservative America during the Vietnam War, and they think they're unstoppable, so there might be more here than meets the eye. Spider-Man. One of the most relatable superheroes, Spider-Man has always been shown trying to overcome basic problems that people face in their normal lives. In Sam Raimi's original film, Peter Parker's evolution into the web-slinger is seen as a metaphor for puberty. Socially awkward and going through some rough physical changes,
Change? Yeah. Big change.
Peter learns how to adapt and uses newfound abilities to better himself and society. He comes into his own and fully matures by the film's end, becoming the do-gooder we all know and love. With great power comes great responsibility, and accepting those responsibilities is a key step in growing up. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Robert Zemeckis' technical marvel is more than a world where humans and cartoons interact. Some critics have claimed that the setting is similar to segregated America, as the Toons live in their own town that's separated from the human world. The main plot could be derived from gentrification, as Judge Doom looks to force the cartoons out of their home to build a freeway for the wealthy class. Finally, the cartoons are mostly seen as performers, which was one of the accepted professions for minorities at the time. That adds a lot of intriguing context for what should be a zany family adventure. Thanks for watching, and as always, be sure to hit the subscribe button for more Screen Rant videos just like this one. Looking for more secret meanings in movies? Then check out our friends over at Wisecrack by clicking here. Go watch their smart and hilarious show Earthling Cinema, where they dive into the hidden meanings of your favorite movies. They just released a new video today on the hidden meaning in Inception, so make sure to check it out. Again, click here to be taken to their channel page and subscribe while you're over there. Thanks!